I am now saving entirely in Bitcoin. And it's not because I'm trying to get rich quick. It's because I finally understand how broken the system is. Let me break this down simply because it affects all of us. First, we got to talk about money. There's something called sound money, like gold and now Bitcoin. It's limited in supply, holds its value over time, and no one can print more of it. Then there's fiat money, like pounds or dollars, which governments can create out of thin air. And here's what most people don't realize. Until 1971, the entire global economy was backed by gold. The US dollar was tied to gold, and every other currency was tied to the dollar. This system forced governments to be somewhat responsible with money. But in 1971, the US broke the gold standard. They abandoned sound money, and the world went full fiat for the first time in history. Since then, governments have borrowed and printed money like never before. Inflation has exploded. Global government debt is now over $320 trillion, while there's only about 107 trillion of actual money in circulation. And here is the key point. This isn't mismanagement, it's by design. The entire fiat system is built on debt, and the only way they can keep that debt manageable is by devaluing your money. They need inflation to make that debt easier to repay in the future, so they quietly erode your savings over time. It's a hidden tax, making you pay for their reckless borrowing. And here's the thing about inflation, it's not even natural. Technology should make things cheaper over time. Just look at TVs or computers. Costs drop as innovation rises, but this system prevents that from happening because it requires inflation to survive. And the effects are actually damaging. People are forced to risk their savings in the stock market. Houses become used as store of values rather than homes, pricing out the average person. All of this drives up asset prices, widens the wealth gap, and makes the system even more fragile. We're now at a point where global debt is over 300% of GDP. They can't grow out of it, they can't tax their way out, so they'll do the only thing left: print even more money. And that is why Bitcoin matters. Sound money fixes all of the problems I've just described, and Bitcoin is the soundest form of money to ever exist. Fixed supply of 21 million coins. Nobody can print more of it. It rewards responsible savers, punishing reckless borrowing and lending. It preserves purchasing power, allowing the cost of goods and services to fall naturally against it. And it's decentralized. No government can control or change it. Throughout history, every single fiat currency has failed. That is a 100% failure rate. And when they did, people always returned to sound money, usually gold. But now we have something better. This is why I'm saving in Bitcoin. Not to get rich quick, but because I believe it's a lifeboat in a system that's sinking. I've barely scratched the surface in this video, and I'll be sharing more soon. So follow me if you want to understand how broken our money really is and how Bitcoin can fix it.